Hey, what's going on, guys? So, I messed up. Just a teensy weensy little bit. Let me show you. Alright, guys. So, yeah. I built this out as you've seen in my previous video. And, well, I got to really looking at things. And I decided that I wanted to do whatever I needed to do to get my washing machine right here behind the bathtub. The main reason is because this hose right here, I can hook it on right there and come over here, turn the water on, and fill up my washing machine just like that. Alright. Another thing is I can hook the drain hose right there on the side of the bathtub to be able to drain the water into the bathtub. Just like that right there. And it goes down the drain out there to the outside world. That's a big deal, okay? Now, I don't have power from the solar over on this side of the bus, but I'm actually running this off of solar power right now from my batteries up there. I've got the wiring comes right up here. Then I just got an extension cord. This not a real long extension cord that I made up. And then there's the cord goes into the washing machine. So really that's about all I need to do is just have a little extension cord to reach across here whenever I'm going to use a washing machine, and that's the only time I'm going to have a cord over here. Or at a later date I can probably run power underneath the bus through some conduit and back up through the floor. I really don't feel like doing that because it's right here by the rear axle. And if you ever blow a tire out, well, you're really risking that tire blowout, ripping your electrical out. So I really don't want to mess with that. I'd rather just use this short extension cord, be able to plug it in right there. I don't even have to use, like this one right here is like pretty heavy gauge. This washing machine doesn't take that much power. But anyways, so I used to have the washing machine over here where this little wood burning stove is sitting right now. But I'm thinking I'm going to end up doing some building right here. I'm not real sure exactly what I'm going to be doing right there, but I've got a clothesline right here. This is a retractable clothesline, so it's not always up right here. But this is like pretty much a full load of laundry that I got thrown up on here. And I can do a load of laundry like this, hang it up, put the fan on it, and it's dry in just a few hours, right? So it's pretty cool. It works. As y'all know, right here's where the composting toilet's going. We got lots of building to do right there to get all that set up. The wood burning stove is not going there. It's just sitting right there for right now. And I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be using that one. I mean, who knows? I might put a wood burning stove right there and one right there. Nah, I probably won't do that. What I'm thinking is actually getting a wood burning stove off of Etsy. It's like 550 bucks for it, and putting that right here. The main reason is because of how small the opening is on this little backpack stove. All right, that's like this is my fist. Okay, that you pretty much can only put kindling in there, right? It's a great stove and everything. I'll probably end up using it somewhere at some point in time. I really don't know, but I don't think it's going to work in this bus. Now, if I was to build out a smaller bus, that would probably go in it. And I really kind of wanted a smaller bus. I really wanted like an 8 window, but I got a 12 window. And I've still been looking around to see if I can find another bus and kind of maybe get my eyeballs on one and be saving up some money, so maybe I could hop on getting a shorter bus to get that built out, to build another RV to maybe sell or something. I don't know. But anyways, this right here I got a lot of work to do on this. I think I'm going to actually take this piece of plywood out because this is just, it's too flimsy and flexible. That's going to be a problem. That's why the tile popped off of there. So I'm going to end up putting a thicker piece of plywood right here And this might actually end up being an entire wall all the way up to the ceiling. I still have a little bit of room right there to work with in between the bathtub and the washing machine, so I can definitely put a thicker board or thicker piece of plywood in there. I think the only way that's going to interfere is right here, where that 2x4 is, and then this right here. I may have to, I don't know, I really hate to do it, but I may have to like redo all of this right here. I don't know. I don't want to have to break that tile, that's for sure. Those other pieces came up pretty easy. The base of that right there is 3/4 inch plywood. It's not going to flex like that, whatever that other stuff is, that 3/8 or 5/8, whatever it is. I don't know. Man. It's a nightmare right now. It's a nightmare, just the thought that I may have to redo all this. But I don't know. I may actually just end up putting a piece of plywood right on the back side of this right here, and then just tile over it and kind of hide the fact that there's a different thickness right there. We'll probably just end up putting another piece of this plywood against it to fill it in. The thing is, I want to get it up here high enough to where it blocks the heat out from the washing machine. When I first built this right here, I didn't think I was going to put the washing machine here, but the more I looked at it, the more I wanted the washing machine over here. So I've made the decision. That's where it's going. I know I changed my mind a whole bunch on a lot of the design aspects of the bus build and everything, but sometimes you gotta, this is my first bus to build out, and so that's the way it's going to be. After building this bus out, there, everything I learned along the way of building this bus out, if I build another one, then I will change things, and I will, already have all these lessons learned from building this bus out. I could probably take an 8-window bus and fit just as much stuff in it after building this bus out. The floor plan I got in here is like immense. Like it's all spread out. It's not compact. This is more like a house. It's just that this literally is a house on wheels. This is like a condo for one person. All right, 2 people could live in this bus super comfortable. Even 3 to 4 people could live in this bus super comfortable. Some other things to talk about is, I'm going to get a Rec Pro stove. It's like $600 and some odd dollars. It actually has the drawer things underneath of it. So it's a freestanding stove with the oven. It's just a 3-burner stove, and it's going to go right here. And then the sink and everything, I'm going to scoot it down up against the stove. I can't really place the sink where I want it until I get the stove in here, and then the sink will be moved, and I'll have to re-drill the hole for the drain for the sink, because that's going to be moved down here quite a bit. And then that's going to give me enough room down here. I'm going to take that cabinet out, and I think I should be able to get a love seat from Rec Pro that is a reclining love seat to put in right here. And then they have a sofa. It's a 60-inch sofa, I believe, that I can put in right here over top of the batteries and everything. And it is a jackknife sleeper sofa. But those things are expensive. So, yeah, the stove and oven, like freestanding stove and oven combo, is $600 and something. The love seat, I think, was like, I want to say $1,500. And then the sofa, I want to say, was like $7 something, right? It's a little bit simpler design, but I definitely want the reclining love seat, because that's probably going to be where I do all my kick back and have a little desk thing that swings over and do my work and everything. This table right here is kind of the dining table slash hobby arts and crafts table or whatever. I've got so much stuff on this table right now, it's not even funny, because this table is everything. This is where I do my editing. Other than like this video is probably just going to be edited on my phone, because I'm just trying to kind of make some short videos to put out there to keep my channel going. So I'm not doing a whole lot of editing on the laptop anymore. Every now and then I will. I got, here's a little tidbit for you guys. This is one of my old camcorders right here. This ain't even really that old. This ain't my oldest. I had the old ginormous VHS camcorders back when I was a little kid. I bought this, I want to say 2001, and I used to mount this thing on the dash in the semi truck and record stuff. I know I've got video of, like, I'm pretty sure I got video of like me driving through Chicago at night and stuff with that camcorder. And then a little while later, I got this camcorder right here, and I would mount it on the dash, and it would just shake, rattle, and roll the whole time. It was like Velcroed on top of my CB radio, looking out the windshield. Crazy. It's kind of neat to think back. It's like, man, I used to do the same stuff back in 2000 when I first started driving a truck, except for I used a camcorder, and now I'm using a cell phone that I can put up there on my dash. The thing is, though, back in 2000, I didn't have YouTube. I wasn't doing YouTube back then. I don't even know if YouTube was even a thing in 2000. I don't think it was, because, man, we didn't even have cell phones whenever I first started driving a truck. And I got this camcorder before cell phones were even a thing. I mean, well, cell phones were a thing. We just didn't have one. A lot of people didn't have them back then. So that's kind of crazy. But anyways, I got all kinds of tapes and stuff. I've got like this thing right here, like just all kinds of tapes in here that I got to go through. I've got the digital thing right there where you can digitize all the stuff, where you plug it into your computer and digitize it. I don't know how to do it. I've got to figure that out. One of these days, I'm going to get it figured out so I can take video from the high 8 tapes and whatever that other one's called, and digitize it and put it out there on YouTube. So that is probably the biggest breakthrough that I can think of right now, other than, like, you know, we got cell phones, how far cell phones have came since, you know, back whenever I first started driving a truck. Like when I first started driving, we didn't have cell phones. You had to stop at a truck stop by 10 o'clock in the morning every morning and do your check call your dispatcher. It tied up so much time of your day, because you had to stop and everything. It was like at least an hour, maybe 2 hours that it took out of your day to stop and wait on a payphone. Usually you sat down to eat. I mean, that was probably the good thing about it, is that you sat down and you ate a meal, breakfast or whatever, just to, you know, call in and check in with your dispatch. Nowadays you got a tablet or whatever inside your truck, and if they want to get a hold of you, they bling you a message right then and there. It doesn't take up any of your time. You don't have to stop nowhere or nothing. That's pretty cool. That's, you know, kind of neat to see how far truck driving has came over all these years. And I never thought that it would be possible to make a living off of YouTube. Like, we didn't even know that YouTube was a thing, or I don't think it was even a thing back then. But now we get to share our home videos on YouTube and all social media, all kinds of social media platforms. We're able to take our old home videos, our new home videos, whatever, and share those, like, virtually pretty easy, right? I mean, guys, I've got all these tapes in here. Like, there's a bunch. There's probably a good 20 of these things in there. There's tapes that's got like skate park footage and everything. Like back when I was building skate parks, there's trucking videos and stuff, me going through major cities and stuff like that, and crazy traffic and everything. You name it. There's just hours and hours and hours and hours of footage of all kinds of stuff. I think one of my tapes is labeled TJ's car. So it's like a tape on, I think maybe we was working on my brother's car. I don't know. This was back in the day when I was like 21 years old or so. So that's going to be interesting. I know one of the tapes that goes to this camcorder right here. I had this camcorder when I shot my first deer with a bow, and I actually caught that on this camera right there. I was up in a tree stand and made up a little mount and had this mounted up in the tree, and actually started recording and pulled the bow back, shot the deer, skillet flipped it right there, bam, all on camera. Now, it's very grainy. I actually did digitize that video, and I put it on my Facebook years and years and years and years ago, and is a very, very grainy video. You can't even really tell. So I'm not very hopeful as far as like how the digitizing is going to work out, and then try to put it on YouTube. I mean, there's the quality is lost big time last time I done that. But anyways, that's a little update video for you guys. Oh, and the story I was telling everybody in my live about the Lincoln Silver Dollar bar and grill and inn, or whatever it's called, there in Montana. This right here is one of the old time padlocks that I got from that place. I forget what I paid for it, but this was from back when me and my brother was truck driving together. So that's pretty neat right there. It's a great big old padlock. I got some that are a little bit smaller than that, and yes, it does actually work. So you turn that right there, and boom, see that right there? It opened up, and then you close it. Oops, this is, I don't think I can do it one-handed. But anyways, it does work, right? And it's got these old skeleton keys. So that's pretty neat right there. But that's where that came from. My first trip out, truck driving with my brother, we ended up in a blizzard up there in Montana. And so that's why I really want to make that trip again and run those same roads. Not in the wintertime, but I want to run those same roads again. Not probably in the summer either. I don't want it to be like real hot. But I want to be able to run up through there, stop in at that place again, and probably I'd like to go all the way out there where Isaac and Jaylena's at, and go out there and hang out with them for a little bit, maybe help them a little bit on a bus build or something. But I want to take the bus, right? I want to take the bus, so I got to save up for a trip like that. Who knows when I'll be able to do it? Hopefully in the next year or two or something like that. I don't know how soon I'll be able to do it, but I want to get this bus in tip-top shape and have all my bills and everything caught up where I can take time off of work to be able to go up there and take my time heading up that way and be able to spend a week up there or whatever. So I want to be able to take an extended amount of time off of work to be able to do that. Even if I got to quit my job, I will do it. I think it'd be really cool to take this bus on its maiden voyage out there. That'd be cool. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm probably going to end up doing like some shorter trips and stuff around here in the Ozarks and stuff like that. That's most likely what I'll do. That way I can kind of get a feel for how it drives, what kind of fuel mileage it gets, all that kind of stuff, basically kind of how it handles. I want to go through and make sure I got all new tires and rims and blah, 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 go through all the brakes and everything. I'm going to be pulling the rims and brake drums and everything off, inspecting everything, probably end up putting all new brakes on it and all new brake drums. That way everything is brand spanking new. I mean, if I take it apart and it's in really good shape, I'll probably just leave it like it is. But brakes on a bus like this right here really isn't that expensive. I mean, in comparison to like a car or pickup, yeah, it's expensive. But like a brake drum, last time I bought one for my semi truck, like what's on the bus right here, it was like 50-60 bucks from Kenworth. So yeah, I can get brakes for this. I can just take a drum off, take it up there to Kenworth and say I need a brake drum. They'll give me the right one, and boom, you go down the road. If I need brake shoes, I can go to the Kenworth or whatever up here. That's probably the cheapest place I know to get those. There's other places that you can get truck parts and everything, and that's what this bus has on, is basically a lot of truck components and everything underneath of it. It's kind of the heavy duty. But anyways, I guess that's it for today's video. I want to do just a little update and everything. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm getting super tired. I gotta go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you later. Bye.